Well, I decided to come out here and finish up my work on my greenhouse frames. I got them all taken apart out there in the back and got all the pieces together and brought them all up here so I can inventory what I had and check them out and all, make sure I had everything I needed. Yeah, I found a bunch of bolts and parts that I needed. So I've got 14 frame sets all together. And if you notice, these frames got a round dome top to them. It's just continuous round radius. And that frame there has a flat top to it. The top ridge of it is got a square edge, a flat edge I should say. And so it's definitely a different manufacturer. I'm thinking that is a Shelter Logic frame. So that's a good thing I separated it from the rest of it. But I've got a few pieces of these straight sections here that are bent. And those on that frame are the same length and everything. So I think I'm going to take and rob some of the straight pieces off of this. Since this is going to be a chicken frame, for a chicken house, I'll just use the crooked pieces on these. It won't matter. I don't reckon the chickens will mind too much. And we'll get that all straightened out, and I'll swap the parts out and be ready to build. I've got a few pieces of long scrap pipe down here, but I've been pricing pieces online for some, I need some 10-foot lengths of 1 5/8" pipe that's galvanized, and none of the construction or building supply places like Lowe's or Home Depot, none of them have it. So I'm going to have to go to a fencing place in Bangor this summer once all this mess hopefully gets straightened out, and see if I can find some used pieces and just buy them from them outright. Then I'll be ready to take these frames over here, and I'm going to build a ridge point to the top of them and take the rounded parts and put on either end of the ridged parts that I'm going to add in the middle. That way I can spread these frames out wider and make a much bigger greenhouse. I'm trying to add 50% of space to it, so I need to get the parts first for that. And then once I get everything, I figure I've already bought pieces to go on there. I've got some splice pieces right here that are made from a fence company, and you can put those sections that butt together in there, and then I can put temporary screws in them, and then when I get them all laid out and perfectly flat and aligned like I want, I can weld them together with my welder that I have. So I've got a few pieces here I've got to straighten out. Here's 2 pieces down here in the ground you can see are the side pieces from the other set, and they are bent, so I'm going to try and straighten them out a little bit on this handy dandy homemade hydraulic bending machine with pneumatic assist, which since they don't make any things like this, I can use my own invention and make a better use of it, because taking and moving that jack handle up and down 500,000 times just to bend a piece of pipe like that's ridiculous. So I decided I'd use the air assist jack that I have from back when I was lifting houses and building piers on them to straighten out old houses. And that's a pretty good tool. It's going to come in handy. So I just thought I'd give you a little update, tell you what's going on today, and tell you that I'm still trying to live and live well as I can. I got my bird food out here waiting for the birds to come by. I just finished putting some bread and some chicken skins where I've been cooking some chicken thighs for my little puppy, because he's a little funny about eating canned dog food. So I cooked him up a batch that lasted him for a good week or so, and just use the cheap cuts of chicken, the thighs and things like that, trying to save some money, because actually it's cheaper to do this than it is to buy the dog food that half the time he won't eat anyways. He smells something in those cans of dog food and he'll just turn his nose up and he will not eat. He'll refuse to eat all day long if that's all I give him. So I had to resort to outsmarting him. And it's a little inconvenient for me, but he's well worth it, so I don't mind doing it. Well, I'll talk to you later. I hope you have a good day, and don't forget, practice your social distancing and all that lovely stuff. And maybe we'll get out of this predicament that we're in here. Maybe another month or so. Maybe it'll start to taper off, hopefully. And don't forget, keep praying, because that's the only way we're going to get any help. God bless. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.